Aloha and welcome to Holistic Hawaii Living. My name is Karen Gomes.
I'm Claire Baggio.
I'm Sandra Cordero.
And I'm Zach Royer.
And tonight we'll be speaking about health and healing.
So my topic is about the law of attraction, spiritual law of attraction, and I had healed myself of thyroid cancer while I was, going through something at work. And when I realized that I could heal myself, I started to study my faith and my beliefs and how I actually talk to myself. A lot of the natural healing has to do with what you say to yourself and the affirmations that you speak to, continually in your mind to create your healthy body. So one of the people that I studied was Louise Hay, and she has an affirmation book, and what the book talks about is the potential causes and the symptoms and then the affirmations. So I said, well, why don't I always try to speak affirmations that come out of my mouth, and then every word will be potentially positive and help myself and help others. So that was part of my journey toward healing, was to start to watch the words that I spoke and to see how each person's words created manifested, whether it was outside of their body or inside of their body. So that was my spiritual journey toward healing and the law of attraction. So
absolutely, I think that healing for me has always been something that I've always went within to heal. I feel like we all have the ability to heal ourselves. First you have to believe it, know that your body's amazing and it will heal itself. All you have to do is really appreciate what it does, because it does a billion things all without you having to dictate it to do it. It just knows. So if you just trust that and trust in that it knows what to do, you will be healed. It takes a lot of faith and constant, like for example, you have to constantly remind yourself that your body is working for you. So you have to be positive, in everything that you think and that you do, and do not come down on yourself, because a lot of the reasons why people get sick is because they are hard on themselves. So love yourself. If you love yourself, believe me, you'll be healthy.
Yeah. And you mentioned appreciation.
Yes, and appreciate your body for what it does, all the functions. I used to always have knee problems. I was a big volleyball player in high school, and so I constantly was dislocating my knee, and I had to, even the doctors told me surgery, and I wasn't going to do surgery. So what I started doing was every time, you would put cream on after the shower, I would rub my knee and thank it for being amazing and for being so strong, and for knowing how to heal itself. Sometimes I used to even visualize my ligaments and my muscles and the way it works, and so it's all mental. You have that ability, you have that connection with your body. Use it. It's awesome. Believe me.
Yeah, that's the name of the show, Holistic Hawaii, and holistic means mind, body, and spirit. So when you can get all those functioning together, that's when total body healing comes in, and that's great. That's kind of what we're working on. Every time I see you, you're always in a lovely mood, wonderful, happy, super. She's really got a strong mental appreciation, and that's evident. You can just see it flow from her, and it rubs off on people, and I bet you never get sick. I never get sick.
I don't, and I actually work at a school with kids.
Yeah, how odd is that?
Everywhere. Yes, outside, and I was a firm believer that if the kid is not feeling too well, and he hugs me, I had teachers that would say, "Oh my God, I'm going to get sick now."
Right.
And I say, "No way! You have an immune system. Your body has
love
defenses."
Love heals.
And yes.
Heal.
And I'd rather comfort the child than be like, "No, you can't touch me because you're sick."
Yeah.
And I tell the kids too. I love to tell the kids, "Hey, tell your body to heal.
Yeah.
You know, and they look at me like, okay.
Because what you put into play is what your body
Yeah,
accepts. What your mind
absolutely.
says is what your body accepts. So if you're,
Yes.
you know, your body's saying, oh no, I'm gonna get sick. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
You're gonna get
You're
sick.
gonna get sick, yeah.
And you know, and it's just the way it works. You
Mhm.
know, it's definitely mind over matter.
Yes,
So.
Right.
absolutely,
Yeah, interesting.
absolutely.
What about you, Karen? How did you come across information on healing and?
Just again, you know, it's self-talk, self-love
Mhm.
was the biggest thing, and I know when we chatted the last time when we were speaking about my knees hurting up and
Yeah.
down the stairs.
Yeah.
Well, a couple of years ago, when I did the Warrior Dash in Honolulu, over one of the obstacles, I broke the right side of my ACL.
Wow.
And there were moments where I couldn't dance without falling on the ground in front of people, or you know. But this month, when I really embraced self-love and really embraced my purpose in life, and actually putting my purpose into action, and then putting the love behind that action, along with loving myself, I danced the other night. I turned up the radio, did certain moves that usually would, you know, I'd fall.
Right.
I didn't. I mean, I kept going. I could do it. I could move. I actually started running a little bit, and I just feel amazing. I don't feel the pains that I normally would feel. At night, sometimes it'd wake me out of my sleep because it throbs. It was so painful, but it's. I would like to say it's gone.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna claim it's gone.
There you go.
You know, so
You can visualize
Yeah.
it being gone, and it will be. You know, eventually you'll just forget about it and
Yeah.
start, you know, enjoying your life again.
absolutely, I would like to dance again.
Yes, you will dance again. And
You
what
are
I love,
dancing again,
what I
yes.
love is that you actually said, well, I went within and I started thinking, you know, you started having these conversations with yourself, like, what can I do to heal myself?
Mhm.
And it just comes. You have this connection with your higher self, and you start to really pay attention and hear, you know, really hear what it's saying to you, you know, which is you. It's just you, and you can never go wrong with going within and getting information. You can always trust that information, no matter what.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So yes, I love that.
Yeah, and I also, talk to it a little bit, like,
Yes,
you are
absolutely.
healed, by the way.
Yes, thank you.
You're
You're so
okay.
strong.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for
you're so
getting
good
me
looking
through
me.
these walking journeys. I
Yeah.
appreciate you. And it comes God's
there you go.
appreciation.
Nice.
Yes, absolutely.
Really
It
does.
got to get you where you
Yeah.
got to go. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
You're on for big things, so you
Yeah,
need to be
exactly.
strong and firm. Yeah.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly. What about you, Zach?
Well, when it comes to healing and stuff, having a positive mental is the number one first step. I'm going to heal myself. I'm going to be healed. I love myself enough that I want to be healed, and unfortunately, that doesn't work for everybody. And so there's a huge pharmaceutical industry in the world where people die every year from mishaps of their medication and everything like that. And so that caused me to kind of explore a more natural healing ability, and I found that nature is the number one healing ability. I mean, the antibiotic penicillin was a fungus, a mushroom, and it heals thousands, millions of people. So nature has everything. And here in Hawaii, what I like to do is, if somebody has a toothache, I'll give them some flowers that has like a numbing agent. It's all natural. It's really good for you, and it's promoting nature. And so I'd rather recommend that to somebody than say go to the doctor, because then who knows what they're going to give you and everything. And so that's kind of why we've done this show, is to give our take on healing, on alternative healing, holistic healing. You won't hear that at the doctor where they say, oh, well, how you thinking? How's your mental lately? How you holding up in here? Your body, yeah, that's diagnosable, but the mental is like, you got to have a doctor that focuses on all three. And so here in Hawaii, that you just get that from being outside, from the air, the salt water, everything, the foods, the organic, so that's my take. sometimes I'll make medicinal tinctures for my friends and for family, and you know, and that just involves, you know, very, very simple ingredients, you know, and at the end of the day, you just take it, you ingest it. If you grow it, it's even better because you're putting that intention into your food, into your plants, and you know, yeah. So I like making what little medicines I can and to heal and to help, because at the end of the day, you know, it's all about helping. And like we said at the beginning, you know, it's not about being first. It's about just being and being able to help somebody and
Being of service.
and being of service. Yeah, and so that's just another lesson that I learn every day, and I'm trying to, you know, to do, and you know, and yeah, so.
Well, I've studied, you know, in studying Lemuria, I've also studied that the Hawaii and the Big Island in particular have so much natural elements that give us the ability to heal ourselves just by being out in nature, like you said. And one of the things that I study is the monatomic gold that seeps out of the shoreline here, that we actually drink in our tap water here in Kona. The water here comes from artesian wells that sit down on the water table with the salt water. And what it is it's a brackish water mixture that we naturally get in our tap water. But when you're sick, when you have the flu, when you have a cold, when you feel under the weather, you jump in the ocean. You jump in the ocean, you drink some salt water, you know, bask, and you just let the sun sink in with the salt. And what it does is it coats your, you know, mucous membranes in the, you know, the back of your, you know, head, and it actually really, within 10 minutes, you can actually feel yourself being grounded. Your body crystal, you know, our bodies are made of 70% salt water. Yeah. So when you go into the ocean, you are recycling or re-energizing your salt, that, you know, your salt within you. So our crystal bodies are being rejuvenated and cleansed at the same time. So another reason why Hawaii, and you know, particularly the Big Island, we have internationally filtered water that comes from, you know, the South Pacific on into, you know, and circulates into the areas of Kona. So we actually have the best, you know, filtered water. And this monatomic gold that we have here is scientifically proven to heal yourself, but also open up your pineal gland, your third eye, and awaken you to consciousness. And I think that's why so many people in West Hawaii are conscious and aware, because we're all drinking the water and we are getting it naturally.
Yeah, it is in the water.
It's in the water.
And it's actually, yeah, it's science. The science is out there. It shows you, you know, water is the biggest generator of negative ions, right? And positive ions is what kind of gets us sick, because it just breaks down our, you know, immune system. It's not good for us, too much of it. The water is negative ions. You jump in, you go, oh, you just, you know, smell the breeze, and you just charge yourself. It's like it just engulfs you, and it takes away that positive ion, which is so funny, because I always thought you think it is positive, it's gonna be good, but right. It's negative. So don't get confused with that. But yeah, the water is amazing.
Well, and as we studied with Dr. Emoto, you know, our thoughts as we are going into the ocean, or even drinking water, or cooking our food, or, you know, preparing something for someone, the intention of our thought goes into what we consume. So, you know, when you're drinking water, you want to say, I love you, thank you, blessings, you know, as much positive thoughts as you can before you drink it, so that you are getting the healing that you want, you know, for your body naturally. So whatever it is, you know, any candy, food, cake, salad, you know, whatever it is, it can be healing to your body. It's all about your mental thought,
yes, you
appreciating it. I learned, you know, prayer through my, you know, through healing myself. I learned how to pray to myself, so that I could make sure that what I was consuming, I was, you know, what I was thinking, I was consuming, so that my body could take in the positive, you know, vibration that I wanted for myself and for the world, you know, for the community at large. We, when I pray, I do thank the people who brought it from the land to my table, to me, you know, so that every part of the process is, you know, becomes the soul of what I'm eating. So food, you know, the whole political stand of, you know, GMO, to me it's OMG. You know, I'm like, oh, this food is awesome because someone made it, brought it to my table. It's here, you know, it's from this island, or, you know, it's from wherever it could be. If it's from Costco, it's still from the earth, you know, we're all related here. And we can look at anything and transmute it to bless us. So I really feel like, you know, the best political platform is love, and, you know, and being positive, because no matter what it is, you'll want to project that positiveness on it, so that it comes back to you and also karmically to others, so that everyone gets blessed. And
absolutely.
You know.
And since we're our approach is holistic, can you explain to the general public also exactly what holistic means?
Holistic to me means living and in balance with the mind, the body, the spirit. Actually, it's spirit, mind, body, so that I know that my body is 100% spirit, and then I make sure that my thoughts, you know, my mind is thinking whole, and then my body. And then also, because I'm a realtor, I work with the land and the holistic healing efforts of the land, and how we can generate positive thoughts to help the land, so that the land regenerates, you know, positive, you know, food in abundance for us all. So it's a circulation of the balance of all, the mind, the spirit, the mind, the body, and the land.
Yeah, it's like it just encompasses the whole. So you are addressing everything, you know, you're not just taking, like, for example, you're not taking a medication just for your headache, but then you still have the stress of what caused the headache. You know, the holistic is it addresses the whole, everything together, and, you know, that is how you truly can heal completely, you know, when you address everything, you know, because everything is connected, you know, even our environment, like Claire said, you know, that is all connected. And we have that connection, so we affect it and it affects us, you know. So it's just addresses the whole, you know.
Exactly. What I've come to understand myself, and you know, this goes, you know, back to again, how things are manifested in your life. See, many people, if you see it, you believe it. So therefore, you see your body, you believe your body. You know your mind exists because your mind just exists. It's in your head, but you don't see the spirit. And I think that many of us only work on those two areas of our lives, the mind and the body, and either not realizing or not understanding or not accepting that the biggest, I would say, star in it all is the spirit, which you know, which nourishes everything else if you are well with your spirit, or should I say, connect with your spirit.
Yes.
Right.
I've learned from living here on the Big Island, and I was raised in Oahu, born in Guam, but here on the Big Island, I've learned that there's my spirit, there's God, and then there's Pele, you know, and they are like, we're all like drops in the ocean of God to me, or it's spiritual, you know, of the spirit. Because I've seen the energy of Pele when I go to the volcano and watch as someone holds out a bunch of flowers over the crater, and then listens for Pele to arrive to smell the flowers. I realize that the breath and the spirit is in the air, and Pele is, you know, the energy of a spirit that is guiding us is present, and she comes to smell the flowers when there was no wind before. So when I acknowledge that there is another spirit outside of me besides the spirit that's inside of me that is grateful for being in this physical body, then I can appreciate the whole. Because the whole to me is, yes, I have a spirit, but that there's in my breath that connects to the breath of the universe and each one of us and the world and the ocean. So when I can connect with that spirit and my breath, then I'm connected more with the environment, the world, my ability to manifest maybe. And do you feel that? Does that happen to you as well? I mean, being
Absolutely.
a paranormal expert of sorts, do you?
Well, being with paranormal and exploring all that, I'm constantly in contact with spirit. Whether it's the spirit of a deceased ancestor or unfortunate victim, or it's just the spirit, the Holy Spirit, the holistic spirit. It has opened my eyes. Being a paranormal investigator, it opens your eyes to that there's more out there. And like you were saying, Karen, about most of our attention is on the mind and the body because those are physical. We can see them. We can, think. But do we have a soul? Can I feel it? Can I touch it? For me, I don't need that kind of affirmation. I know that it's there because spirit comes to visit. Whether it's like I said, the spirit of a deceased ancestor or the great spirit, the prime creator, and just being here in Hawaii has opened all that, because I think in the old days they were open with that, and that kind of lifestyle may not be modern in the sense, but it really still is at the foundation, the root level of all this, and that's where I tend to focus my attention is the roots, and not really the branches or the leaves, but kind of the hidden, the hidden, and like the soul, it's hidden. The roots exist on a tree. Every tree has roots. It's massive. Do you see it? No, but they're there. It complements it, and so it's like we're all trees, and we all branch out. We all soak in energy, and we all give and receive, and but some of our body, our trunk, is underground, is out of view, and so by doing this holistic, it gives us a chance to bring some of that to the front, to the view, to everybody to think about, and yeah.
Well, it seems like we understand that we're spirit beings,
Absolutely.
having a human experience or a physical experience. So in Hawaii, the aloha spirit is prevalent. It's something that we acknowledge as being tangible, even though it's not tangible, it's not physical, and yet it exists so much that it can make a beautiful way for our path in the future. Our very next steps can be beautiful because the aloha spirit exists, and that, I think, is really what I started to study, was that power of the subconscious mind, and how we created our future, even though our future was created without us knowing. And have you ever studied affirmations?
Absolutely. I live by affirmations as often as I can, and when I say I decide I'm going to have a good day, well, guess what? Great things happen. And it's putting that call into action in just by the words itself creates action. It creates everything you want, magnetize to you. And I live by affirmations every day, first thing in the morning, and right before I go to bed at night. Very powerful thing. And I know on one of our next shows we'll be speaking more about affirmations as well.
Definitely.
Too,
Yes.
and how we can all apply that into our lives.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It's so much a part of
Oh, yes.
what is not spoken, that when we can keep when we speak positively consciously, then it helps the subconscious to
Yes.
speak positively as well, I feel. And so would you agree that
I agree.
it's-
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, consciously. That's the point of this. Is we're all trying to be conscious about about healing, about our health, and yeah, so that's great.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, so our next topics will be about affirmations and how we each use affirmations in our lives.
Yeah.
I think that would be exciting because, you know, positive affirmations and, you know, how we've seen, you know, words manifest. I think, you know, for me, I'm always studying thought and how the alchemy of my body creates, you know, in this world. How does a thought, you know, intangible thought create into a tangible experience? And so that has been my study. So I think affirmations and, you know, positive, you know.
And I know appreciation also, you know, really helps to create or attract more that you want in your life.
Expedites.
Yes, it does, because you appreciate, you know, and so if you appreciate, you just feel like you have more. And when you feel that, and you generate more.
Yeah,
you know, so it's going to be a good topic.
Yes, yes.
Well, I had one thought come to mind. Words are magic, you know, and that's why they call it spelling, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
And so by having positive affirmations and saying, you know, thank you, I recognize you,
yes,
I love you, you're a great friend, thank you for everything, it builds something that, I don't know how to put it in words, it just gives it's like a hug, you know, you're giving something and you're getting something, you're affirming this and you're, you know, it's like, and so by using that, by thinking that, by doing these talks and everything, we're able to kind of get all of our hearts kind of synchronized, and then that's the point of the show, is to maybe help or to teach you how to do that yourself, you know, and use these laws in your life and apply these things so you can benefit, and so you can enjoy living holistically and in Hawaii if you're in Hawaii too.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I think one of the topics we'll also be talking about will be, you know, the Hawaiian law of ho'oponopono and how to, you know, create, how to make things right in your words and speaking them and feeling them and acting. And it's another positive affirmation that's used here in Hawaii, but it does have to do with saying words like thank you, I love you, please forgive me, and I'm sorry.
Exactly.
And those words heal me as they could heal the other person. So we can discuss that, how you use that in maybe your personal and your business life, or you know, out in the holistic community, and how we could actually
all have something
heal
to
the
say.
world.
Absolutely.
You know? So we
don't
look
miss
forward.
it.
Yes. We look forward to speaking with you again on the Leo Hawaii Public Access Television and Holistic Hawaii Living. Thank you so much, Karen Gomes.
Thank you, Claire.
Thank you,
Sandra.
and Zach Royer. And you can find us on Naleo Hawaii Public Television, and we also have a YouTube page, Holistic Hawaii TV, and also a Facebook page of Holistic Hawaii TV. And you're welcome to email us at holistichawaiitv@gmail.com. So we look forward to speaking with you soon. Please email us or comment on the pages on any topics that you would like to discuss, and we would be happy to approach them and you know, have your input as well. So thank you so much for being a part of our community.
Take care. Aloha.